ready, boy! Murdering monster!
Tom has so much alcohol, he could keep this district afloat for quite some time.
Welcome back, Doctor.
Why does your waitress feel indebted?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to...
Tell me about your arrest.
I tried to kill someone. I got arrested. I paid my debt and I have no...
So you mean your customers know about your sordid past?
Yeah, why do you think this is the last pub open? I have nothing to hide and I don't judge. That's a relief.
Do you think prison changed you? Made you a better...
I don't know about that. All I brought back is bad memories, scars, and an ugly tattoo of a blue...
But do you feel cleansed?
All I know is that I'm at peace. I did what I did, but I wouldn't do it again. Does that make me...
Why not leave town and start a new life after you got out of jail?
I grew up in the East End. This is where my roots are. This is where I want to help others and die, eventually.
Do you think the docks will always be a hive of scum and villainy?
As long as poverty and fear run the show, I don't see how it would change. Misery loves company, as they say.
Don't you feel threatened, staying in such a violent and criminal neighborhood?
I've made peace with my violent past, Dr. Reed. I may not be a pacifist, but I'm not angry anymore.
You attempted murder. Give me...
I was given an order to kill. I was an obedient gang member at the time. A proud, wet boot boy.
Why did you join?
Because I finally felt useful. Do you have any idea what it means to feel respected when the rest of the world shits on you?
So you were ordered to kill someone?
I don't know if you can possibly understand, but... I couldn't kill him. I just stood there pointing my gun. Someone...
Why couldn't you shoot?
My target was eating in that fancy restaurant with...
You realized what it means to take a life. You feared what it would be like to carry that guilt with you.
Believe me, Doctor, I wasn't scared. I wasn't even afraid to face the wet boot boys after I'd failed.
You lied to me, Tom. Your warehouse was...
I'm sorry, Dr. Reed, but I thought those Pre-Wen guards would be willing to let someone like you pass without trouble.
That was devious of you, Tom. Next time you can bloody well go yourself.
I apologize, Doctor, but it's just that I prefer to avoid the law, its enforcers, and all.
Here is your booze. I hope it will appease your customers. Just try not to kill anyone with this poison of yours.
Believe me, Doctor, most of my customers are less...
Goodbye, Mr.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
I think I'm leaving.
I cannot enter. Seems like the guard of Pre-Wen is on Shorthampton's trail, too.
Burn it, boys! Die, leech! Die, vermin! Hate leeches!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Let's pin him down!
Good evening, Miss...
Dr. Reed, can I...
Goodbye. Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed,
I'm afraid your post...
it cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire.
Did you really think the post...
See the sad saint of the East End? How...
Tell me, Ichabod. What?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are.
Goodbye.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for...
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you as an enemy of the work...
May I ask what...
I'm killing myself scraping for a living. And you? Have you ever had to struggle in your entire life?
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. But
Why such hatred?
of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind.
What can you tell me?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me...
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me...
Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me...
Oh no, Miss Paxton, you really don't.
All right. Okay.
You speak of strikes and class enemy. Am I right to assume you're involved in trade union activism?
You bet I am. Well, I was. Nowadays, I'm just another worker blacklisted by the big...
You lost your job.
Those bastards really hate a worker who refuses slave wages and unsafe conditions. Especially...
Isn't the whole point of trade...
A few nights back, I lost the money market.
What really happened?
I drank too much that night. Strange men saw me count the money in that bar. Some sort of militia in uniform.
I'm looking for Sean.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money?
Well... Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside...
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss...
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me.
What can you tell me about...
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton.
What can you tell me about this?
It may be okay for a strong girl like me, but it...
You really think I...
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those...
Which...
Well, the gangs, the thieves...
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare...
I'm looking for Sean...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night...
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated man. I'm sure you'll find him soon.
Goodbye.
There is still much work to do. Glad to...
Lottie, tell me about the...
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness.
That's quite a statement. You can't kill...
Mother was very ill. But I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left alone.
Perhaps your sister is not...
I know that, and I don't blame her. It just makes me sad that my own sister is the person I understand.
Giselle is the only family you have left. Don't you think it's time you forgave her?
Sometimes words are harder to forgive than acts.
Goodbye, Miss...
This seems...
hard enough to cover the docks by myself.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Do you require...
That's something I didn't expect to hear again. A doctor concerned with the health of his patients.
I don't know which kind of doctor you're used to dealing with, but it's a doctor's purpose to heal.
And is it your purpose as well, Mr. Reed? I would say it's a convenient way for...
Goodbye, Mr.
This is not no place for you, sir. Stupid thing! Watch yourselves! That leech is fucked! Best be moving on. It ain't human! Kill it! Watch out, lads! Grenade! Best run along home, sir. This one's mine! Want some of this? Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. This place. Rain may have washed away the blood, but not the memory. My poor Mary. This is my watch. Damn grave robbers.
Without the wet boots keeping things...
Good evening, Miss Cobb.
Hello again, Doc.
I managed to reach the mass grave in...
Spare me the details, Dr. Reed. All I want to know is what happened to those bastards who owed me money.
I'm afraid those bastards, as you call them, are in the mass grave.
Dead? Shit. That money would have been useful. Well, I'll tell my boys to avoid the place if it's that dangerous.
Yes. Everybody...
Okay then, Doctor. It looks like you deserve your...
Tell me your feelings about Booth's...
It makes him look weak in front of the boys, that...
You don't believe he really saw something, then?
I don't care what he saw or not. All I know is that a real man keeps his fears to himself if he wants to be a...
Can I see you?
As long as you have money, I'll...
You...
I know you believe monsters.
They are. I know, I saw one, but no one believes me.
Tell me what you...
It was a few years ago. Clay Cox was still the boss then. He'd sent me to the shipyard to find out who was stealing tools and ropes at night.
Go on.
First, I thought it was an old lady with a limp. It looked frail and crooked. Then I saw it grab a bloody beam and lift it like it was a stick. I shouted. It looked straight at me.
Do you know what it was?
It was all eyes and long teeth, but I couldn't see its face. I shot at it when it moved towards me and I hit it. And then it jumped and vanished in the shadows.
You could have imagined all that. These docks can be so gloomy at night. With the fog and the wind and the boats creaking.
No, Doctor. That night I saw the fucking sewer dog for real. It's not a beast like the stories say. It's the ghost of an old woman. Bullets can't stop it.
Are your friends...
Even Edwina told me once to never speak about it, but I know what I saw. And it wasn't a human. Not human at all.
Goodbye.
all of them. Maggots and liars.